while it is utmost desire of this committee that NDDC budget must take care of the general interest of the people of the region, as they are seriously craving for development and empowerment. In view of this, we require an overview of NDDC 2021-2022 budget estimates from the Honorable Minister of Niger Delta Affairs.
I want, with all due respect, to say that in my submission, I said when I came and discovered they had no, because they briefed me when I came as my parastatal. And I said, where is your budget for 2021? They said they had submitted. It's with the presidency. And at that time, they were working to conclude the 2022 draft. And within 2 weeks, they said that draft was also ready. So I then forwarded the 2022 for onward transmission to the National Assembly, and then did a reminder that the 2021 budget has still not been transmitted. And when I followed up, it was the issue. So the NDDC has special programs which necessitated the forensic audits. And Mr. President, in his wisdom, was waiting for the final outcome. Maybe he expected it was going to take a month or 2 months. You yourself, you have agreed in your submissions, and that you said was the communication you were having with the NDDC back and forth, which is that the Constitution allows you, and the other extant rules also allow an agency to incur expenditures not exceeding the expenditures incurred in the previous year when there is no budget. Now that is clearly understood. Now that means that it's not everything that accrues to NDDC for 2021 and 2022 that should be expended. Is that right? Since there were no budgets, and yet the Constitution, yet the extant rules allow an agency, whether a budget is delayed as you suggest, or there is no budget at all, as in the case of NDDC. And I don't think there's any agency in this country that has a similar situation, where for 2 years, back to back, there was no budget, and yet expenditures were made. But the question I'm putting to you is that if there were no budget for 2021, by the Constitution and extant rules, are we not right, is this committee and the public not right to expect that the expenditures for 2021 and 2022 should not, therefore, exceed the threshold as per the previous years? Is that not the correct position?
The minister will not know, even those ones that are not within his threshold, because we are the supervising ministry and they have right to look at every record within your office, irrespective of the ministry where those documents are domiciled. Having said that, I would like to know, when as at the time you joined as the minister, because even before the minister you were the MD, by the time you joined as the minister by July 2022, does it mean that they never came to you, the ministry, for any approval? Does it mean that you never asked about the passage of 2021 budget and 2022? Does it mean that you are just running the office without having any knowledge of financial transactions of the ministry? Because that's actually what you're trying to imply by saying that you just came in July, now just 1 year jury period and all of that. 1 month is enough for somebody to take over an office, because when you took over, there should be some handover notes to you. Even if we were not handing over the ministry in a very concrete way, you ought to ask questions. What happened? Where am I starting from? Or you just started from nowhere? And 1 year you're still at nowhere.